What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Bad Talk Show. We got a good one for you guys because Rel and I are about to tell you what we plan to do and how we plan to prepare for the upcoming recession in 2023. There's a lot going on in the markets. We see a lot of red, so we want to make sure we do our best to help you guys out as much as possible to give you comfort, right? So let's start with number one, bro. What are we doing when it comes to handling the stocks and crypto and the investments we currently own?
Yeah, so when we look at our investment portfolios right now, I think a lot of people might see a little red. Some people seeing a lot more red than others. It depends how you invest it. What you need to do and what we're doing is we're looking at the stocks we're currently invested in and saying, is this something that I truly believe in long term? Because a lot of people picked up some low quality stocks in the pandemic. Everybody is picking up the Cathie Wood stocks. No offense.
I like Cathie, man. I like Cathie.
I guess. But a lot of you is picking up stocks from her fund and they're not doing so well. And you need to think to yourself, is this company actually prepared for a regular economy, not a COVID economy? So that's something that we're doing, that I'm doing as well. I'm kind of assessing everything I'm invested in and I'm just doubling down. Because I like everything I have in my portfolio right now. I actually love it. And so therefore I've just been doubling down, tripling down, quadrupling down at the right prices though. And it's luckily I've done the job. I've done the work of becoming somebody who has technical analysis, which means I could read a chart and find out where the best areas to buy stock. So I've been doing that. That's how I get my prices. And I do DCA, but just not as much as I used to.
Yeah, no, spot on. In terms of everything we own, right? I know, Rel, you said your piece. I'm not planning on selling anything. The stocks I own, the crypto I own, the index funds I own, I'm not selling anything at all, right? I'm doubling down on it at the right prices. I'm not falling catching knife necessarily because the companies I own, I believe will be great. It's not that I own 20 or 30 different companies, guys. Like we told you guys before, you want to own companies that you could actually read up on. So you can't read up on 20 companies. It's not possible. You should own like 4 to 5, maybe 6 companies you really truly believe in, that you can read up on, that you want to invest in, that you believe in for the long term. And that's how you become successful when it comes to the long-term investing game. So no, I'm not selling anything. If only we're just doubling down or tripling down or quadrupling down, as Rel said, at the right prices. That leads us to lessons learned. What have we learned from this market, bro? Because I will say, right, we're pretty young dudes. Like we haven't experienced '08. We weren't investing in '08. We're only 27 years old. It doesn't make sense. Have we read up on everything? Absolutely. That's how we actually were able to learn so much. So let's talk about where we actually learned and what we learned when it comes to particular sectors, bro.
Yeah, so what I learned this year, in the bear market, is that certain sectors thrive in certain economic environments and others thrive in a different economic environment. So you have to know what the economy is like before you choose the stocks that you're picking and for what time span. So if I know that I want to rock with, a certain sector for just 2 years, I'm in this for the short term, then you have to know what kind of economy are you in. Because then that'll help you pick which stocks you want to hold for these next 2 years. A high interest rate environment like this one is killing a lot of stocks that were thriving in the past couple years, right?
DraftKings, Zoom,
all that. Man. These things got destroyed because at the end of the day, big money is trying to find companies that have a lot of free cash flow, trying to find companies that could survive a high interest rate environment where they're not being propped up from all the liquidity in the economy, So that's kind of what I learned, is to make sure that I'm paying attention to the economy while I'm picking stocks.
That's a fact. So I think that right there is a great summary. At the same type of time. So you guys, I learned the same thing when it comes to understanding where companies are, doing well and where companies are struggling. So at this time period, you want to invest in companies that have a good balance sheet, that have enough cash on hand, that could pay off debt. That's what I learned, because you see companies filing for bankruptcy. It's happening. People are doing layoffs. It's happening. So you have to pay attention to those details, right? And in terms of what you said, bro, I learned that it's okay being a boring investor. You don't have to hit the home run. You don't have to hit the grand slam and get 70 points, 80 points every single time. That Derek Jeter, first, second base is going to do great. That 20-point game is going to get you in the Hall of Fame. That's what ETFs will get you. If you invest in ETFs, You do DCA, no matter what the time period is, you will be successful over the long time period when it comes to investing in the stock market and even in the crypto market. We're still believers in crypto. So those are some lessons learned, right? Go ahead.
Yeah, and one more thing I learned that I think is key is you have to learn how big money works. I learned how the people who move stock prices, right? We're talking about the biggest investors, big institutions. I learned how they work. So you have to know that they run up prices and then they sell it off on the retail investors like us. So knowing when they're buying and when they're selling is so key. You saw it this year with crypto, for example. You saw it get reset. So it's important to know where in that cycle you are. Where in the market cycle are you? Are you in the accumulation stage? Are you in the distribution stage? The public participation stage? These are things we've covered on the channel. So you got to know where you are because we saw it in a lot of action where everything got reset. Everything. So
that's a fact. No, that's a great lesson. And remember, guys, if you learn this during this time period, the next time there's a bear market, the next time we're like heading into recession, because it's going to happen, right? If you live in your entire life, if you're 70, 60, 80, you're going to experience different markets. So you have to learn your lessons when they actually are there.
It's okay to take profits.
Exactly. So those are some great lessons learned. Now let's move on to what we plan on doing when it comes to budgeting, having key reserves, DCAing, scaling, everything. So I'll pass it to you first.
Yeah, for me, I'm not really DCAing like as much as I used to because I don't want to be catching a falling knife. I see that these asset prices, like for crypto or from stocks, are supposed to come down even farther, especially in 2023. So I'm kind of waiting on that. And so the difference between how much I used to DCA compared to how much I am now, I'm pretty much putting that chunk into my savings. And I'm just waiting for a more opportune time, which I expect to come in 2023. And just in case it doesn't, just in case we've seen the absolute bottom,
you're still DCAing.
I'm still DCAing, right? I'm still DCAing. So I'm good. So in this time period, I'm just literally building more reserves and more reserves and more reserves as inflation is still high. The economy is about to be terrible. It's good to have reserves, man. It's great to have reserves.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you said that because I know some people are going to be in the comments like, yo, you stop DCAing. No, he's still DCAing. He's just not putting as much. Just keep that in mind. So spot on, bro. I'm doing the same thing, right? When it comes to DCA, I will say I cut back 70% of what I was putting in every month to now 70% less, right? I am still buying ETFs. I'm still doing the S&P 500. I'm still doing the QQQ. I'm still doing the VTI. I still invest on a monthly basis no matter what. That will never change. Now the amount might change, which is why I'm saying I am putting 70% less. Now that other money that I was putting in is going into my investment account. Now what that means is very important. Essentially, after I know that I hit my 3 to 6 months of my cash reserves that I want to have at any time period, especially during the recession, after that is met, which I have done now, all my extra saving money, all my extra money that I was putting into my DCA is now getting piled up, and I'm saving that money to actually take advantage of the crypto and the stocks I'm invested in when they fall to the price that I want to. So hopefully that makes sense to you guys, right? And that's how you take advantage of the market. You can't buy the dip every single time if you have no more money. So you have to make sure you budget properly to have that money. And I will say my cash reserves, which is my 3 to 6 months of savings, is in a high yield savings account. Why? Because I'm still making money on it. It's not sitting in a regular bank account where I'm getting 0.0000001, right? Like, that's not happening. So please make sure you guys are taking note of that. It's very important. Now, the last thing that we want to cover is exactly what we're doing to prepare for in 2023 in terms of our business, in terms of our options, in terms of bag talk, real estate, et cetera, et cetera. So let's talk about that, bro.
Yeah, so in 2023, there's a major focus on bag talk. We're trying to continue to branch into more schools. So if you even listening to this and you have a connection with a school you want us to come to, please let us know in the comments or hit us up in our DMs on Instagram as well. Our Instagram is at the Bag Talk Show. All right, so honing in on bag talk, big focus. Another big focus is honing in on my other craft, which is I'm an options trader. So I'm trying to just scale that even bigger than I've already scaled it. So Newski knows how much hours I'll be up, and I help with the community and teaching others how to trade options as well. So that's a major focus for mine because the sky is the limit with that. And man, 2023 should be literally life changing when it comes to that.
That's a fact. And the same thing, bro. Like on Bad Talk, we're on the same page in terms of just scaling the business as much as possible. A lot of craft, and a lot of time, and a lot everything was put into this. So if you guys are watching this, please make sure you subscribe and like, because it does help the channel and it makes sure that we are scaling, because we're putting a lot of time and effort into this. But besides from Bad Talk, I'm really, really honing in on my car rental business as well, because I want to make sure that's profitable. I know car prices are going down. So remember, I'm budgeting so I can buy more cars and scale more businesses and network as much as possible. Rel knows that I'm basically trying to be like the car guy as much as possible in this area, right? So definitely honing in on that. And then me and him are together looking into real estate as well, because real estate prices are supposed to come down. We're examining the market. We're looking at future trends. We're trying to see what companies are going to be a part of the future, because that is how you have to think when you're an investor. And that's what we pride ourselves on being as well. So that's what we plan to do for the upcoming recession in 2023. And that's how we plan to prepare. Hopefully you guys take away everything we're saying right now, and you're building up those cash reserves and everything of that sort, and investing and doing what you need to do to make sure that you are okay and your family is thriving in this time period. But if you're still watching, thank you. As always, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Plus, hit that little notification bell, because we drop
2 videos a week.
And you don't want to miss them, man. Check us out on Monday. But until then, peace.
Peace.
Soundstripe.